was learning about Nietzsche and nihilism, and he described nihilism as mental disorder. The way he described it, it's something that could be worked out. He said there was active nihilist and passive nihilist. And the active nihilist was somebody who was strong enough to get out of it. Right? But the passive nihilist was somebody who couldn't get out of it. They just did it. Now, what I put together was that would be people. They're like give an excuse. Like a passive nihilist would be somebody an excuse on why they're not living up to the full potential. So they're like, yep, everything sucks. There's no meaning in life, and that's why I could just be a fuck, right? Instead of being like, okay, well, maybe my belief structure hasn't worked so far, and how I'm perceiving the world, and now I am feeling suffering. And instead of admitting that I'm wrong and trying to grow from it, no, I'm just gonna blame it on the world as everything's fucked, and then be miserable, right? But if you're an active nihilist, now this was my understanding. If we come into the world and we navigate it through our belief structures, and these belief structures need to change all the time because we're an ever-changing reality. It's always changing, always fucking growing, right? Or becoming something else, and adapting, living, creating, and dying. But if you're an active nihilist, you deemed it, somebody has the strength enough to get out of it, well, it's a catalyst, it's a phoenix, it's the death of the phoenix, and the rebirth that is coming. If you stay in that nihilism, you're just in the ashes, you'll never grow. But because whatever is going on in your life that causes you to fucking have this nihilistic view is the destruction of a belief system. And instead of trying to reconstruct a new one, you stay in the complete chaos of nihilistic belief. So if you really want to grow, you need to get into this point, because something's going to happen, some kind of suffering, and you need to go through suffering if you want fucking happiness, truth, not even just happiness, success, positive emotion. That's more than just happiness. If you want that in your life, you have to literally go through suffering. The more suffering you go through, the greater the chance to have wisdom and grow, the greater your chance to become self-actualized, to reach your potential. So something happens to you, kind of big suffering happens to you, and you're like, well, life sucks, I don't understand, it was malicious, it was malevolent, it was for no reason, and maybe it was a reason, maybe it was your reason, maybe you fucked up and you're just not admitting it, and that's why you're fucking stuck in nihilism. Maybe that's the possibility of it. Who knows? But let's just say that some malevolence happens that has nothing to do with you, and then it goes bang, and it just happens, and you're like, wow, life sucks. I don't understand. Who else is going through this? Even if you know somebody who has. But let's say you're going through something completely different, something that is completely nobody's ever been through, something that is fucking your 1 in a billion chance that this is happening, right? So nobody can understand you. Well, you could just stay in that nihilistic belief because your whole belief structure has just collapsed on whatever happened, and that's what PTSD is. So this shit just goes down, bang, and then you're like, well, you start getting into nihilistic behavior. This down, we go complete chaos and mayhem your life goes into, and you can blame it on the universe. You have every right to, okay? What? Well, let's just say maybe you need to reconstruct a new belief system, and then look at it like all this suffering, you know what it is? It's a fucking catalyst for my growth. So then you sit back, you fucking think about it, and you're like, well, alright, what can I do with this? And then you recalibrate your belief structure to one that is more fitting, rather than just staying in this fucking shit. And then understanding that suffering is the key to enlightenment, dude. Like, to understand your purpose on life, to find meaning, and then moving towards a goal, and continually doing that. Maybe the suffering kicks you in the ass. Maybe it's like, hey, I got this job. I really don't even like this job, but it's like, I'm making money here. Well, you get kicked to the curb even though you've given them fucking 10 years of your life for no fucking reason, because they're just downsizing, and you got the shortest straw there. Well, and then you go into fucking, well, everything sucks, even though I did everything, whatever the fuck, but then you go and you're like, alright, well, what do I want to do? And then you go find a fucking job or a career or whatever the fuck, and you establish a new thing. Same thing with a relationship. If the relationship, shit, something happened, Person leaves you. You're fucking like stuck. You're in chaos. You're in chaos. Your order is completely gone. So your belief system on life is like, wow, like okay, this person cheated on me or something. Right? It completely destroys your belief structure. But guess what? You come through that. All of a sudden, guess what? You go get fit. You go fucking start learning new shit. You start doing shit. You become like a fucking super version of your goddamn self because it didn't work out. And that's how suffering works as a catalyst. So basically, if you're a nihilist motherfucker, you better like fucking look yourself in the mirror and be like, alright, even if it wasn't my fault, you better look at yourself in the mirror and be like, God damn it, I gotta fucking get up and do something with my life. And then that's how you find meaning. And then don't look at suffering as the evil. Because it's like, you know what, if you lose weight training, for instance, dude, you go in there and you fucking kill yourself. Like, literally, fucking, and you enjoy every goddamn second. The more pain you get, the better it is, right? If you lift it off, yo, that's how it is. So, fucking, that's suffering. And you go in there day after day after day after day for years of your life, for a majority of your life, bro, and you fucking do this shit. And then you grow from it. And that's just one little fucking microcosm, macrocosm of how reality works. It's where you call, you know, where you least want to look is where you find all the gold. Like, that's just a fucking, you know, I don't know. Basically, it wasn't that saying, but it was the saying that was that. That's why the fucking Knights of the Round Table went to look for the Holy Grail. All of them went to look for the Holy Grail. And they all went to the deepest, the part of the forest where they were the most scared, the darkest part of the forest for every one of them, indicating that your fucking treasures in life are where you don't want to go because it's gonna suck and it's gonna hurt. So you could stay mediocre. You could just stay like a mediocre fucking two-pump chunk little bitch. Fucking, you know what? And you have every right because fucking 95% of the people around you are all doing it too. And then if you start trying to be better and if you're around a social niche, most people are gonna be like, well, why would you do that? Let's just sit around and smoke weed and do nothing. Whatever the fuck it is you do. No. Be like, you know what? You better fucking get your gas into gear. You got nobody to blame but yourself on why your life sucks if it sucks. And you wanna know what? You can cure that if you fucking just try to find a goal, find something you love to do, and go do it every goddamn day, and then learn, and learn, and learn, and learn, and learn, and learn. And literally, because a sword cannot become a sword unless you fucking take this piece of metal, and get it red hot, some fucking really, really hot, and then you beat the shit out of it over and over and over again for fucking, I don't know how many times you gotta hit it. I don't know, I've never made a sword, but the analogy is that. And then you have to fucking sharpen it. You gotta fucking grind it down. It's the only way a sword can be made. You gotta become that fucking sword. You know what? That's the truth. So, wake up. That's reality. Fucking A, man.